If you have around $1,000 to spend on a new gaming PC build, this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best $1,000 PC build that you can get for 1080p, 1440p and 4K resolution as well, and I will also show you the estimated FPS average on these resolutions. That way, if you're a beginner, you understand the performance that you will get on different video games. You will have the links to all of the components I'm going to mention down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. First, let's talk about the most important components here, the CPU and GPU combo. For the CPU, we have the AMD Ryzen 7 5700X, which is going to be a great pair with our GPU, the RX 7800 XT. This GPU-CPU combo will have no bottlenecks when it comes to gaming, so you don't have to worry about FPS drops on any resolution. This GPU on a 15-game average on high to ultra settings at 1080p, it was able to achieve an average of 147 FPS. On that same test at 1440p, it was able to achieve 108 FPS on average, and then at 4K 62 FPS on average. So you can play on any resolution with no issues. And remember, this is high to ultra settings, and also really high demanding titles like The Last of Us Part 1 were tested. So if you want to play esports titles, let's say Fortnite on competitive settings, or maybe CSGO or Valorant, you will be able to achieve way more than 200 FPS even at 4K resolution. And if you lower the resolution to 1440p or 1080p, you will be able to achieve 300 plus FPS. So if you want a 240Hz monitor for 1080p or 1440p resolution, you can buy one and take full advantage of the monitor refresh rate. Now, if you are planning on playing at 1440p or 1080p, then you can consider the RTX 4070, which is a bit more expensive than the RX 7800 XT, and in terms of rasterized gaming performance, is a bit worse, but it's from NVIDIA and it has technologies such as the DLSS3, and it's also slightly better in ray tracing performance. So if you value those things, then you may consider the RTX 4070 instead of the 7800 XT. But if you want the best price performance GPU, I think the 7800 XT is a bit better, especially considering that you get 16 gigs of VRAM instead of 12, which if you are a beginner, it means that it's more future proof, because down the line, maybe the newer AAA titles will require more than 12 gigs of VRAM, especially at 4K resolution. Another strong point on the 7800 XT is that you get AV1 encoding, so do you on the RTX 4070, and this is a great encoder for streaming if you want the best streaming quality. And for the rest of the components for this $1,000 build, we have the ID Cooling SE214 XT for the CPU cooler, really nice cooler for just $18, and it's going to get the job done for our Ryzen 7. Then you get the ASRock B550M Pro 4 for the motherboard, nothing too crazy, but it has enough features for gaming and it's going to be a great option at this price point. And then for the RAM, we have 32 gigs of RAM, so it's going to be amazing not only for gaming but also for streaming and content creation. Then you get a 1TB Gen 4 SSD, really fast storage. Honestly, for gaming a Gen 3 is way more than enough, but this Gen 4 SSD is on a huge discount and that's why I put it on this build. Then for the case, we have the MSI MagForge 100M ATX mid-tower case. I love how this one looks. It has really good airflow as well, but if you don't like the aesthetics of this one, I completely get it. That's why you will have alternatives in the video description as well. And last but not least, the power supply, we have a 750 watt 80 plus gold 80 rated power supply, which means that it's the best quality out there and it's enough wattage for this system and also for future upgrades depending on the GPU or CPU that you want. The total price for this system when I'm recording this video is $1,014. If you want this PC to be under $1,000, you can downgrade the power supply to a 650 watt power supply, saving around $10 to $20. And another downgrade that you can make is the memory kit. You can go with 16 gigs of RAM and save about $15 or so. But in my opinion, spending the $1,015 is going to get you the best performance. And if you have a bit of extra money, you can also upgrade to a new platform in the AM5 platform, and let me explain. For $1,055, you can get the Ryzen 5 7600 instead of the Ryzen 7 5700X, and in my opinion, this is a better choice because you get better gaming performance, especially on the high CPU demanding titles, for example Fortnite. And also, since you get a new platform, you can upgrade the CPU down the line without having to upgrade the motherboard. Another changes I've made when going with this $1,055 PC build is going with a 650 watt 80 plus volt power supply instead of a 750, because the Ryzen 5 7600 does not require a ton of power basically. Then I went with 16 gigs of RAM because going with 32 gigs of RAM of DDR5 memory would have been about $30 to $40 more expensive. And then for the motherboard, I went with the MSI Pro B650M micro ATX AM5 motherboard, nothing too crazy once again, but it's going to get the job done at this price point. And if you have even more money than this, then I do recommend you watching my video on the best PC builds for every budget, where I go over PCs that are much more expensive than $1,000 and also cheaper PCs than $1,000. So if you have a different budget, just go and watch that one because it's going to be an amazing video for you. And if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comment section. I will try to reply as fast as possible. And also, if you need PC guidance, you will have my website where you fill out a form and I help you out with the perfect PC. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.